Folks, how we doing? Welcome to Good Works Tractors. I am gonna blow your minds right now, just like mine was blown when I found out this revelation of just how important this tool is. In fact, it can save your house. Yes, that's right. I'm telling you, I was told just the other day that this tool right here can prevent structural problems from happening to your house. It sounds crazy, but I'm gonna tell you why, so stick around. And in fact, look at that. An audience is growing already. He wants to hear what this is all about too. So this is from an article that was recommended to me in my news feed. You know, all sorts of good stuff pops up there. The website is gardeninglatest.com, and while it's a pretty catchy hook, I didn't find anything really tying into this later in the article. So I think I know where they're going with it, and essentially what an aerator can do is help solve compaction issues or drainage issues, because they're kind of tied together, right? And then maybe we can use them back here. That's just popping in my head now. We have some serious drainage going on. That water keeps pulling up, nowhere for it to go. But a core aerator, not spikes, but a core aerator is going to help really loosen and soften that ground up. Aeration is great for your lawn. It's great to solve compaction problems which don't allow nutrients. That could be air, that could be sun, that could be water, that could be fertilizer, whatever needs to get down to the root system down below. If you have a hard lawn like concrete, there's no way those nutrients are getting down where they need to be to the root system. And you're gonna have a very shallow root system, which will typically result in a less robust lawn, so to speak. You don't have those deep roots that are well rooted way down in there and can survive for harsher conditions and in a drought or in a flood or any kind of condition really. And so some signs that you may need to use a core plug aerator besides that water pooling or having those drainage problems could be if it's looking yellow, if it's looking sparse, if you have a really thick layer of thatch on there. Those are all signs that maybe it's time to aerate, and I typically do it once a year every fall. It's the best time of year coming up soon for when you can do that to your own lawn. And again, we're talking about core plugs, all right? So you're gonna be pulling out, it looks like goose poop, really. That's just laying all over your lawn. I never clean those up, and yeah, they look kind of gross for maybe a week or so, but they're gonna quickly decompose and spread out and keep all those nutrients in the soil, so there's no reason to go sweep those all up and get them off your lawn. Let them be there and just kind of naturally fizzle on down. But it's a great step to do before you seed, or if you wanna do some leveling. If you wanna add on some additional soil or sand to do some leveling out of rust spots too, it's a good first step to tackle that before you do those other fall tasks to get your yard in order. It's the #1 best time for yard maintenance, period, is in the fall. Now, a few tips to make sure you do it successfully and don't cause more damage. #1, if you have a sprinkler system, go through, turn those zones on, just get a whole handful of flags like you would see for marking a gas line or an electric line, a buried line. Just mark all those along with the valve cover so you don't damage anything and create a lot more work and expense for you down the road. And then if you have a tractor, you want to size it relatively accordingly. If you have a subcompact tractor, typically a 4-foot wide. So this is the next step up on the Summit TX25. On this one, I'm gonna use a 60-inch or a 5-foot wide aerator on here, and you're gonna see they all include a weight tray, so you can stack, if you wanna put suitcase weights or cinder blocks or bags of dirt or stone or whatever the heck else you want. Just load this thing up with weight. That way you can have it pushed down to the ground and get as deep of a plug as you possibly can get. And so typically I will kind of crosshatch or crisscross my aeration path, you know, go around and then go around in the opposite direction as well. You're not gonna hurt your lawn by overdoing it. That would be something I have yet to ever see happen, but it's just a kind of a once a year thing. And this is the kind of tool, well, I've got a lawn guy too. We've got 2 houses right now until we get moved into our new place. And so at one house, I have the fertilizer and herbicide and everything else being maintained. And for my 3/4 acre lot, it was $350 for them to come through and aerate this fall, which I feel like is incredible. So this tool right here can pay for itself in like 5 or 6 years, maybe even less if you get a 4-foot, depending on the area that you're at. So it's a pretty quick payback. And if you're looking for an add-on service, you know, if you have a tractor service, this could be a really smart tool to have, because I'm certain that you can undercut a lot of those kind of the lawn service guys that are, I feel like, just overcharging for that kind of a service to get done and knocked out. It's almost crazy. So a case to be made either way if you want to use it just for your own yard or add it on as a tool in your portfolio. RimGuard is our new channel sponsor, and we are so happy to have them on board because they align with our goals as well of preaching tractor safety, and that's what they're all about. And RimGuard is a liquid ballast solution. It goes right inside your tires. It's a beet juice byproduct, all right? And so not only is it gonna add physical pounds, hundreds of pounds of weight to the backside of your tractor that are gonna aid in traction or power to the ground, but they're also gonna stabilize your tractor, make it safer to operate, and they're gonna optimize the loader performance by keeping those rear wheels planted, lifting up as much weight as you possibly can with that front end loader when you need it. We'll put a link down below to Rimguard's website. They have a fantastic dealer locator. So they have over 1,000 dealers nationwide. You can plug in your zip code right on their website. They'll tell you where the closest dealer is. You can take your tractor in to have the tires loaded up, or oftentimes they have mobile techs that can come to you as well. You know, so what's good to know, and kind of the reason I like to look at these articles from time to time too, is to see if I'm missing anything, if there's some other benefit that I don't know about. But what I found is that Gardening Latest, their information reflects what I've thought about aeration, and a lot of other folks do too. And this is not a gimmick of any kind. It does have real benefits for your yard that actually improve the soil health and the lawn health. But I think the big difference between the author of that article and myself is that he's a heck of a better salesman than I am. I mean, who leads with this kind of claim that an aerator can save your house, the structural integrity, it can protect it? That's amazing. I mean, this guy should be in my shoes right now doing what I do. But before we go, I do want to tell you just a little bit about this Dirt Dog aerator, because this is a made in America aerator right down in Georgia. All right, American labor, American steel. And so these spoons are all replaceable, and you're gonna see there's individual hubs here as well. There's gonna be Zerks as well, so you can grease that up. If you did happen to damage one of these, you can unbolt it and put on a replacement. You're gonna have 2 parking stands. It's category 1, 3-point hitch compatible, as well as quick hitch compatible, so you're good to go either way there. But I want to emphasize the reason why these individual hubs is important, and that's for when you're turning, right? If this entire shaft was all on one hub, well, when you're turning, it's going to want to all spin the same rate, right? And so you're going to rip up your lawn on one side and not on the other side. But if you have individual hubs, they can spin at different rates. So as you're going around a turn, you're going to have less lawn damage. That's a very important feature that not all aerators have. And so we are a Dirt Dog dealer. We sell and ship all over the country. We'll put it right on a pallet and ship it right to you, 48, 60, or 72 inches wide. If you're not sure what size to get, just measure the outside width of your tractor and get something close to that. This is not an attachment that's going to significantly bog down your tractor. So if you go a little bit wider, you're going to be okay. You'll see we used to carry them in other colors, in green and in orange. We are transitioning all to gray now. Really good neutral looking color, goes with everything. I promise your tractor won't reject it like a little baby bird. It's going to work just fine. Now this is great for residential use if you are looking for more of a heavy duty application, or say you have a rental facility, or you just want to kind of go overboard. Sweepall is a company that we work with. You can buy directly from them and enter code GWT and save 5% off of your order. They'll ship it right to you. But we've shown that product as well, a very good product. It's a tow behind, has electric lift option as well. So if you have a garden tractor or an ATV, something else that doesn't have a 3-point hitch, that's also an option for you to consider. If you want to see more video, more in-depth coverage of what this aerator is all about, we did a video last year as well, so check that out. We'll put a link somewhere up here so you can see that. And I want to touch on why I like the core plugs versus the spike aerators. I don't even carry the spike aerators at all. And so the core plugs are going to take a core plug of soil out of the ground and throw it on top, all right? And so what that does is leave a hole in the ground and allow the soil around it to kind of spread out, you know, get some breathing room. And so it's going to fill in that hole in the matter of just a week or two, maybe even a shorter amount of time than that. What a spike does is, imagine just stabbing the ground, right? If you're going camping and stabbing that stake down in the ground, you're not giving anything more breathing room. You're just compressing that soil against everything. And yeah, you're making a hole there. It's just gonna fill right back in, but the soil is gonna go right back where it started from. You're not giving the soil any more room to kind of let those nutrients, the water, the fertilizer, whatever it is, kind of go down where it needs to. So the plugs kind of just spread it out, move it into a different area, and kind of let it naturally calibrate itself, so to speak. That's the difference between those two. Now, if you've loaded up this weight tray with as much as you have, another way to get additional down pressure on this aerator, another good solution is throw your quick hitch on here, all right? We've got a Spico quick hitch that we sell, a great tool, but you can get hitch hanger brackets, a product that we came out with, and one of the benefits of those is you can put suitcase weights on there, and in fact, you can add up to 420 more pounds of weight on those hitch hangers, and that's 420 pounds more down pressure you can put on this attachment when you're trying to get it down into the ground. It's great for the aerators, great for landscape rakes, great for rear blades, great for disc harrows, all that kind of stuff, or even if you just need additional ballast weight. And if you're trying to make a case to try to justify this attachment to your wife or your significant other, just let them know this is gonna save your house. But that's gonna wrap it up for us today. If you wanna get more information, go to goodworkstractors.com. If you wanna see more tractor related videos, a lot of projects, a lot of things going on around here, hit that subscribe button, completely free. I wanna thank you for taking time out of your day to stop by, and until next time, stay safe. We'll see you soon.